Good morning from Big Sky Country. I'm Stacy, owner of Montana Used Bricks, and I haven't done my store video in a while, and I sound a little bit rough because I'm just coming off of 2 weeks of having a really bad cough. But I wanted to get a video out there. This will probably be a day late, better late than never. I do want to take a moment and thank everybody who has taken the time to leave comments in the last 3 months. I just started going through those comments the other day, and I really appreciate everybody leaving comments, especially when I said I was taking a break because of my health, and all the wonderful words that everybody left in the comments really helped a lot. So thank you so much for that. I've also picked up a few new subscribers, so thank you for taking the time to subscribe. And as always, just thank you for taking the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate it, and I especially appreciate it when you leave comments so I know that I'm just not talking to myself in my shop. Today I'm going to do another this and that video. I had a lot of good questions in the comments. Quite a few of these I have answered before, but I realize people don't watch all my videos, and so I just want to go over this stuff again. You guys are welcome to fast forward through the parts that I've talked about numerous times. So let's jump right into it. The very first question I want to address is this one here. Hi, I wonder what it is you are saying in the beginning of all your videos. Good morning from... and a word I can't figure out. Maybe it's just me. I am from Denmark, but yeah, I don't get it. Love the videos though. I have seen almost all your videos because I sort used so much. What I say at the beginning of my videos is usually good morning or good afternoon from Big Sky Country. And what that is just something that Montana is known for. I believe even on some of the older license plates, you'll see that it says Big Sky Country for Montana on the license plate. If you've ever been to Montana, you completely understand what I'm talking about. When you get to certain places, the sky goes on for miles. There's no hills, there's no mountains, there's nothing but sky and a whole bunch of fields. And it's a great place to live, and I do have some pretty cool pictures, and I'll try to remember to put one or two up if I can find the good ones of what I'm talking about. But it's just something that I say because every YouTuber creator wants to have their own little tagline, and I figured that was a good one for me, being that, you know, the name of my store is Montana Used Bricks. I live in Big Sky Country. There you go. This is another one. I think this was in response to a Lego haul video that I did where there was multiple things, and I said that I ended up buying a set because Brickzar had showed it on his channel, and that's what he's referring to here. Darn Brickzar making you buy more Lego. I am surprised that you get only Mega Bricks. Don't you get any other brands? Are you considering lowering what you are willing to pay because you find more and more non-Lego bricks? And I always just say Mega Block for non-Lego. It's usually because I end up with so much of Mega Block, not necessarily the Tyco and some of the other off brands. For me, instead of saying non-Lego, I just say Mega Block, but it pretty much covers all those non-Lego brand ones. And before I answer this next one, there was another question about the pricing. It says, how much do you typically pay per pound for bulk Lego? And somebody said, echo the same question, $3 per pound. I've gone over this many, many times, and at first I wasn't willing to be as transparent, but I'm going to tell you now, I generally bid anywhere from $2.50 up to $8 a pound just for generic Lego. Why the wide range? Because of those non-Lego parts. If I can clearly see that there's a lot of non-Lego parts, a lot of broken toys or whatever in that bulk lot, I'm not going to bid as much because it's not going to be worth it to me. If I can clearly see that there's a lot of Lego in there, there's minifigure or at least minifigure body parts, minifigure utensils, then I'm going to bid a little bit more. I'm going to go up closer to that $8 a pound. It really depends on the bulk lot. I've been noticing that lately what I used to pay, I can't pay anymore because people are outbidding me. For people who are looking to buy a bulk lot, especially when you're doing it on eBay, you're going to want to really look at the pictures, make sure that they have plenty of pictures so you can see the parts, really zoom in, look at those parts. After you've done this for a while, you can really tell which are non-Lego. Then just bid according to what you feel is a fair price for those. Sometimes you might want to bump it up if there's parts in there that you know are worth more, or like I said, if there's minifigure parts in there. Now, bidding on minifigure lots is totally different than bidding on the bulk Lego generic parts. Minifigure lots, you're going to be paying anywhere from $50 to $100 for a half pound to a pound of Lego. You're going to be paying a lot more when you start getting into those minifigures. And again, that really depends on what type of minifigures are in that lot. Is it just a lot of generic city and creator minifigs, or are they the licensed ones like Star Wars and Marvel and those type of things? Then you're going to be paying more for those than you would for the city ones. Unless they're the old pirates, then again, it's going to change with that too. And all of this is just stuff that you learn as you go through, and you're a seller on Bricklink. You're going to start to figure out what that stuff is worth and what it's worth to you. That's basically what it comes down to, what you're willing to pay. Okay, and then I had a couple of questions. I did a video on taxes a while back, and so there was a couple of questions regarding that. And the first tax question is this one. When you built your inventory room and paid for shelving labor, did you use that as a business tax write-off? Yes, that was the year that we hired our accountant, because we knew that we could write a lot of this stuff off, if not all of it. And we wanted to make sure that for US taxes, we were making sure that we were doing it correctly. And so we actually hired an accountant. We gave her all the figures of everything, the labor, the building of the shop, the shelving, all the furniture and organizers and everything we bought. And we let her figure it out. So how much of that was written off? I think a majority, if not all of it, was written off. Since our nice tax accountant did that, I don't know the exact numbers. If you are really getting into this and you have a lot of inventory and you're adding a lot of furniture and organizers to help with your business, I would really recommend looking into getting an accountant. Yes, it does cost a couple $100 a year to have an accountant do your taxes, but it is so worth it in my opinion, because I'm not a tax accountant, and we did kind of mess up the first full year we did this on our taxes, and we had to go back and kind of amend that thanks to our accountant looking at the previous year. There's a lot in that. And yeah, I would definitely recommend getting a tax accountant if you're really getting into this. So the next tax question was, do you pay yourself and your husband wages salary from your business? Also wondering why, if you do or don't. Thanks. Love the channel. I've mentioned this before, is no, we don't pay ourselves salary. But what we do is we do pay for personal things through the business. So like if there's a set or something we really want, a lot of times we'll buy that through the business. We always put money aside for taxes. We've rarely had to use any of that money for our taxes. And so that money that we set aside throughout the year has paid for our Vegas vacation the last 2 years, which has been a great thing. And we just save that money throughout the year, and then we have it and it pays for our vacation. So we are getting paid, but we're not getting paid directly as a salary or wage. It's just coming out of the profit from our business. And again, for tax purposes, we're very careful when I do pay for things that I market as personal. So our tax accountant knows that whatever we bought was not used for the business. Okay, so the next question was, thank you for your video, By selling both new and used, the space storage requirements would almost double. That's a challenge for a new store. Was that part of your consideration to sell only used parts? I've said this before in several videos. When I started, I was just selling my son's used parts so that I could buy parts to complete a couple of sets he had as a kid. When I started, I wasn't thinking of this as being a long-term business. I was thinking that it would just be, let's sell these parts, get these sets together, and then we'll see what's left. It wasn't until I realized I was making money that I really started getting into it. And by then, I had already set up the name of Montana Used Bricks. That was consideration with staying with used. Also, because of where we live, it's really difficult to find stores that would have a lot of Lego sets on clearance. We can find them occasionally, but not very often. And I really haven't done the research to figure out how to find those clearance items online through different stores. I've just stuck with the used. I really enjoy doing the used because I know that there's parts that are no longer made or colors that are no longer available. And I like knowing that I'm able to help people complete those older sets with these used parts that are no longer available. Yes, it does take up more when we moved into selling some of the new parts. We have a little section in our store. It's, I think, column right here behind me, and some of the tan ones over here have the new parts in them. So we don't have a lot of space for new parts. My husband will just part out a couple of sets at a time. And then once the drawers are full, he stops. And then once we start selling those, he'll go and add more to the new. So we don't have a big new section because we just don't have the space for it. And like I said, I really just enjoy selling the used. So that's all I have for today. I apologize again for how rough my voice sounds, but like I said, I really wanted to get a video out since I haven't done one in quite a while. And again, thank you to everybody who takes the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate that. If you have any comments on anything I talked about today, go ahead and put it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it that thumbs up. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.